Hello, today I would like to inform and knowledge everyone a little bit about the game of basketball and the origin, the history, and how the rules have changed, and then the future of basketball and the possibilities that could happen in the future. My favorite quote from basketball is from a Hall of Famer named Michael Jordan. He is, by some people, considered the best player of all time. And then his quote is, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I've missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." This is a quote that I go by on a daily basis and helps me push forward and continue moving. I chose this topic about basketball because I played basketball my entire life and loved it until I just got a coach that I didn't want to play for anymore. So I quit. And I think basketball is a very popular game, and the majority of people's heard or at least watched a little bit of basketball in their lifetime, making it, relevant to the majority of people. First, I want to talk about how the game of basketball got started. Basketball was created in a gym in Springfield College by a guy by the name of James Naismith. He created basketball in 1891 and 1892 in the wintertime. It was right after the football season. He created this game because the young athletes' football season was over, and they wanted a fun, energetic game to play, and it was hard to keep these boys entertained. So previously, two instructors had tried to create games for them and had previously failed. And the ideas behind James to create the game of basketball, he knew that it had to be a complex, playable indoors, available for many players to play at once because there was 18 people in his class at the same time. And then he knew that had to provide a lot of exercise without the roughness of football or rugby to make sure there wasn't bruises on them while they were inside playing in a small area. James Naismith took these ideas from rugby. He got the passing from rugby. He got the jump ball from the English rugby. He got goals from lacrosse. And then he got the size and the shape of the ball from soccer. Next, we'll talk about the history and then how the rules have changed throughout basketball history. Whenever basketball was created back in 1891, James Naismith had 13 rules. And they were the real simple rules, and most of them still stand today. One of the original rules did not have a requirement on the number of players available on the floor at one time, making it legal to have 50 players out on the floor all at the same time. The reason this didn't have a requirement to the amount of players on the floor at the same time is because he had 18 people in his class, so they played 9-on-9. And now, in today's game, it's played 5-on-5. And then another rule is you cannot sub multiple times in a game. That was the initial rule. In 1920, it allowed players to re-enter the game one time. And then in 1934, they changed it to allow you to sub twice in the game. And then in 1945, they finally created the rule to be what it is now, where you can sub endless amounts of time without restrictions until you foul out. Then, one thing that I think's really cool is the future of basketball. And this chart right here explains a lot because the darker line that goes down is the history from 2000 to 2015, which is just a small span of history, and it shows the amount of NBA shots attempt at the 2-point range, and then how popular the 3-point has become throughout history from 2000 to 2015. It has went up, so now almost more than 30% of the shots in the NBA is at 3-point range, which makes it to where there's a huge possibility of there becoming a 4-point line. And then while this seems very unlikely right now, the 3-point line is being mastered and shot at a high clip, and they soon might have to make changes and make it harder for these professionals to shoot at this high of a percentage, and they might even move the 3-point line back. There's so many possibilities. And then in conclusion, basketball has developed and changed critically throughout time, and only time will let us know what basketball holds in store in the future. So I will end this with a quote from Coach John Woodson. "Today is the only day. Yesterday is gone. We can have no progress without change, whether it be basketball or anything else. And if you're truly yourself, you're going to be true to everyone else." Thank you.